Alright guys, I'm going to try to do this. Yes, I'm going to try to do this video as quick as I can without any interruption, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get interrupted. So, let's start off with certain executive orders that were signed and took place in the middle of the night while everybody was asleep. These signatures were signed on the federal, state, and city levels, and this affects many states. And I'm in California, so I'm going to speak about what affects me here in California. So they passed this tax, this mileage tax thing that all it needs is now the signature of Newsom, and the black man and woman will pay 6% per mile, and everybody else will pay 9% per mile. Stupidity at its finest, but hey, they got to tax you somehow to keep that Israeli covenant going, because they believe that if you help the Jewish people, you're going to be blessed. But the ones in Israel are not the true Israelites. Alright? They here and they dark skin, darker than mine, but that's for another story for us to speak about. I can't, put all of this in details and have people comprehend what's going on. It's bad enough that we got a spike in the homelessness, but everybody, again, is more concerned about the tariffs. Well, we warned you back then during the Clinton administration, if they kick the ball down the road, you guys are going to pay the price. And everybody was like, no, we're not, no, we're not. Well, we gave a timeline between 2025 and 2030. The United States is going to be silenced. It's written in the Bible. I don't care how you want to cut it, which pastor wants to address it or not address it. It's written in the Bible. Due to the choices we're making, we're going to be silent. And right now, what do I see? All of Africa standing up with Captain or General Ufasu, which I love this man's mind thought and the way he's challenging not only everyone else, but I've seen the way he put these pastors in their place, like T.D. Jakes, on how he tried to turn certain things, and this man twisted it right back around and threw it right back at him and made him not only think, but made him cry about the bullshit this nigga's doing. And yes, I called him the N-word because when you're doing wicked things and someone else is criticizing you about what you're doing, and you take that criticism to heart, you start awakening someone else. And that's basically what we're here for, is to awaken these idiots up from what they're doing. They're too busy drunk on that wine from Israel that they believe that their title is superior than anything else, that they are the godly people, they are the chosen one, but they're not. Alright, I'm going to say it just like that. That's my belief. That's what I'm seeing. The numbers are not lying. So I'm going with the mathematics, okay? I don't care about what storylines they try to portray or tell me that this or that. You can call me an anti-Semite or whatever. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm too old to be ducking behind a rock, or how do you say, putting my head down, putting a vest on, because I'm speaking out loud and speaking the truth about things. Too old for that. You young ones don't seem to understand that I keep telling you an apple is going to cost you $100. Matter of fact, just yesterday, okay, today is the 22nd of September. It is 11:15 a.m. PST time. And just yesterday alone, just me going out, it's $40 for one person to eat. Burger, fries, and a shake, okay? And we're talking about, a single patty burger, not a double stack or a triple stack, quadruple stack. No, we're talking about just a simple BLT, $40 for one person. Just mind blowing, that I'm being charged this much. And not only that, but if you use any of the delivery service like Uber Eats, what's that other one? There's like 8 or 9 of them that are out there. If you use any of these companies, the markup of this food is so high where you're paying $50, close to $60 for one person to eat. And it's kind of crazy. And we have already spoken about fake food, and I'm going to hit this topic real quick and real fast. I've been addressing this for a very long time, and it seems to go in through this year and come out that year, especially with my people. No matter how much we try to tell them, put your money together, get a farm, start doing urban growing, the seeds still in these plants, and grow them. Grow them and get your vegetables out of these things and get what you need out of this, because eventually that shit's gonna cost. And if you have it, well, guess what? You're able to sell it and you're able to survive for the next following day until it runs out. But at least you have something to fall back and something to survive on. But my people don't want to think like that. And there I go with the interruption. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. But so not only are we talking about, the food crisis here in the United States, prices went up even though it's made here in the United States, but they're hitting you with tariffs. Clothing the same way. You have auto parts, mind you. I don't have a box here close to me, but right across the border, it's coming from Mexico. Duralast products, other products are coming from Japan, others from Indonesia, India, Argentina, and you guys are about to pay these heavy prices. Now, mind you, the tech world, your phones, heavy prices, computer parts, heavy prices. You, at the user end, is going to be the one paying for everything, is what we explain to a lot of people, but again, in through one ear and out the other. So now that people are crying or sending me videos about, it's costing them this much because they ordered a $6 item that came from, let's say, Japan, China, India. Mind you, we're our biggest consumers and importers, not exporters, okay? And right now, even my friend that works at the ports, and I got a bunch of friends that work from the port of LA all the way up to the port of Washington, and they're all telling me it's bad. These ships are not even making a stop here. And you understand the cost of tariffs. Even boxes, as of yesterday or the day before yesterday, these tariffs were literally sweeping through. People that even ordered stuff before the deadline is now finding out that they have to pay these tariffs. And again, user ends. Who is the user? You are. At the end of the day, you are the one that's going to be taxed, and you're going to be the one putting these brackets, and if you don't pay them, they won't deliver these goods to you no more. Whether you're in a physical address, business address, or whatever the case may be. Now, we're going to talk about the auto industry. The auto industry, the market, tires, parts, here in the United States, whether it's Ford, General Motors, or Dodge, all these parts are made outside the United States. And are made in-house because at $20 an hour to make a light bulb, they're not going to pay that. They'd rather pay someone making $20 a week or $20 a month for these light bulbs, and they sold here at $20 for a light bulb. Who's winning? Let's do the math. How many units can you do an hour? And mind you, and everything outside the United States is under proficiency. Okay? A lot of you Americans out here won't be able to hack it. It's just too much work. Now, we said about the tech world, right? Well, your car is also part technology. Computers. Let me put it like this. We're still waiting for a bumper for a Ford Mustang 500 GT. And this car has been made in 2018. And we still can't get the front bumper inside the United States because of where it's being made. So I had to use a computer and a 3D printer and 3D print a bumper for my customer and put it on. And it's not cheap. Yeah. They are not cheap. So, if you still don't want to believe me, well, hear it from the horse's mouth now. For those who don't know me, I own 800 acres in a farm, and I grow nothing but vegetables, no cattle, no meat products, no dairy products, none of that. It's just straight vegetables. I lease out 700 acres of my property. 100 acres is to myself, to my wife, my child, so that we can live, away from everything else. The company that I leased land out to, the 700 acres, paid me out for the remainder of the year. Paid me out for the contract that we had for the next following year. Burned everything on the 700 acres of land and said we're not growing anything for this year, the remainder of the year, and the next following year, and paid me out already. I've been warning people left and right. Mind you, I did it, and my name is in the United Nations logbook under the Reagan administration, under the Carter administration, for this particular date, 2025, all the way to 2030, that the United States is going to suffer. And it's going to be a self-inflicted wound, and it's going to bleed itself out to where it is silenced on a global stage. Its influence will no longer bear anything. That will go to other country, and Washington will be the laughingstock of the world right now. And it is the laughingstock of the world. And it doesn't matter if we have Donald Trump, or if we had Kamala Harris, or any of these pundits that are, crying about if I was in office. This thing was predetermined. It was destiny for this country to literally fall because its ego, its pride, and its greed is way up there. I can't show you the homeless people that are literally right there, but if you look at what I've been saying, there's been a spike here in California, 26%. And I'm being generous with that number. It should be a little bit higher, but I'm saying 26% of females. Now mind you, I'm going to say this again, females going homeless. Alright? Why is there a spike in females becoming homeless? Little food for thoughts for everyone else. Why the males decreased 15%? Why? Why this number flipped and got exaggerated? Now, for those who know me, I'm a live and let live type of person. Don't bring your bullshit to me, and my bullshit won't go to you. It's just that simple. But we've been, being pushed to a certain corner to where we can't say anything no more. We can't speak out and say or criticize X, Y, or Z or the ABC group because of the shit they're doing. You're falling because of the choices you're making. And then you want to blame people like me. Look in the mirror and self-reflect and analyze what's going on in your life, and then figure out how to change it and how can you change it, and do you have the resources to change your life. Not overnight, because this is not an overnight process. This is not you snap your finger and everything changes, but you got to have a game plan. This is why in school as a teacher we were always told, where are you going to be at in 5 years from now? This is why we go 5 years. Presidents only last 4 years, right? And then we get a new one. We go and we vote, and we get a new one. So while you complaining about, Mr. Donald Trump, we were complaining about, Biden, Kamala, and everybody else, Democratic Party. Well, one of the things we were always talking about was the budget of this country. Now, people are getting mad at me because I want to boycott, literally, Israel completely. I don't allow them in my business. If you're an Israeli, you cannot come in my business. I literally refuse to do work for you. And once I find out that it is you, those numbers double. I charge you double the price. Numbers are already up there to begin with. Think about an oil change being 103, 108, and due to the coupon, we're bringing it down to 98. And everyone sees these, sponsor sites on the websites talking about $40 oil changes. You can't even get a full synthetic oil for $40 in any of their parts stores, any of your local parts stores. But you want a $40 oil change today, in this time. And we keep saying to a lot of our customers that want a $40 oil change, still using the company's name and everything, but tell them if you can find in our website that's saying that this facility does $40 oil change, we'll do it for free. And they search and search and search and go up and down, and they get mad. And some of them end up paying, the $98 for full synthetic, and others walk away to go to Walmart and get the Jiffy Lube treatment at Walmart or at Jiffy Lube or any of these Econo Lube places that are out here in Sacramento that are offering a lower rate, but you're getting a lower quality of oil, which is burning a lot of these motors completely out like that. You look at the quality of these oils, it's garbage. And there was a couple of videos talking about Walmart oil, that they're reusing it and refiltering it. Well, they come and they pick up the used oil. Now what these companies do with that used oil, it's called recycling, right? So if they can filter it out and regenerate, its velocities, then hey, more power to them. But you're the ones who voted for these people in that are now ushering the death of the United States. The United States is bleeding money out left and right to Israel, and yet our people here are suffering. Homeless rate went up, right? But we can't speak about that. Homeless people from different parts of the United States coming to California. Why? Because it offers more money. It's easier to get on these programs and get Social Security, especially when you have mental health, and your choice was to do dope, instead of, getting up and off your stupid ass and going to work. Your government here provides everything for you. This is why we have this problem with the illegals. Or they got money to burn on the illegals, right? But they don't got money to burn on you. Start questioning your choices that you're making. Yeah, it may be bad for a lot of illegals, but you made that choice to come here knowing the consequences. If you get caught, what happens? Go to jail. Once you're done with that time frame, they kick you out of the country and you're black flagged from ever coming back into the United States because you came here illegally. Now, some idiots under the Obama and Clinton administration found loopholes, and they partnered up with the APEC and G20 summits, the ones that, bribe a lot of these politicians to literally open the borders, create a crisis that wasn't there before. And yes, it is funded. This country is funded by immigrants because the European trash came here first, and then they came up with the laws to take the nation from the Native Americans, and then they literally tried to 86 us. And God forbid if we speak out today, they want to silence us and crucify us. And we told the white man and the black man when they were doing this to us back then, that you guys are next. And what do we see today? The white man crying about, a $6 item that came from Japan. The black man crying about how the government don't do shit for them. Well, choices you made, right? I'm out here in the trenches trying to tell my people, man, go back to work. This is a perfect opportunity. Why all these people who are out of work, sign up for these programs before, they take these programs off, or these jobs off the market, because no one's filling them in. And that's a way for these companies to literally cut doors and close their doors here in the United States. This tariff war that's going on right now, yeah, it has its benefits, but it also has its disadvantage. And at the end of the day, the ultimate person who pays the price for all of this is the people, the American people. You see, it doesn't care about your skin color. It doesn't care if you're black. It doesn't care if you're white. It doesn't care about your title. It doesn't care about if you're a man or female or the ABC group. They do not care about none of that. It's all about resources. They own everything. Think about it like this. That brick, you got to go and get it from a company. You just can't go out there and make it yourself because you lack the knowledge on how to make this. That's number one. They never teach you that in school. Number two, ain't no one gonna do this for free for you, so you're gonna have to spend money. Either which way, it's gonna be money. It's like what I tell people about cars, like the auto industry right now. The auto industry is the auto apocalypse, where cars 80,000 and it's made out of plastic for a vehicle that's $80,000. Now think about that. Plastic oil pan, plastic drain plug, plastic control arms. I heard you hear horrors about these motors inside some of these trucks, these 4 cylinders or these 8 cylinders with active shut-offs and cylinder shut-offs, and how these motors will never make it past their warranty, whatever they warranty from bumper to bumper, or the drivetrain. They break before they warranty. I know people who have, and I'm going to use this as an example. You guys already seen the badge, right? And they're on their 4th motor already before the warranty even expired. They don't even have 50,000 miles on the vehicle and they're already on their 4th motor. These motors ain't cheap. He's looking at 18,000 per motor. At this point, that vehicle is not worth no 18,000, even though he's spending 47 for the vehicle on top of the motors that he had to swap out. Think about that. And by the time you sue these companies and recuperate any of that money, you have a paperweight. Alright, retail. You see Walmart, the prices double, even though these products are being made here in the United States. But the prices are jumping up and jumping up and jumping up, and they're passing that cost down to you. But nobody's, picking up on it. And even when we say they're overcharging you, it says on the package of meat, 6 pounds, and when you weigh it for real, it's only 4 pounds in there, but they charge you 2 extra pounds at $6, $7 a pound, or $15 a pound. we're seeing all these type of scams, but not only with Walmart, but even with the mom and pop stores, these Hindi stores, the Arab stores, that are in your neighborhood. Of course, you guys say it's your hood, but you don't own anything in your hood. You can't come together to put a grocery store on the corner. You can't come together to put a hair store in your corner, no. And even when you do come together to put a hair store, you won't even visit that store. You go and visit the Chinese, the Arab, or the Hindi store. For some apparent reason, you will not go to the black store. My own people will not go to their own stores in their neighborhood that are black, by black owners, because, again, certain racism within our own culture. And it's so crazy on what's about to happen to a lot of people in the United States with job loss coming in October, November, December. Be prepared. That's all I'm saying. Be prepared. My predictions have been 100 over 100, and right now the United States is suffering. It is internally bleeding itself out, and they cannot stop the hemorrhaging because of our politician, whether it's on the federal level, state level, or local level. They can't get on the same board and fix this country together. No, they want us divided so they can conquer us. Divided, we fall. Together, we rise. Skin color shouldn't matter, but hey, Americans, you want to fight over your skin color? I'm going to take a back seat, watch you guys destroy everything amongst y'all, and then once everything's all said and done, go buy the land. I don't give a shit about the house or the property above, and you guys hear some of my speeches about, I don't care about what kind of house is on top. You can own the house, I don't care. I own the land. Where are you going to put that house on? Start thinking. Now, for a lot of people, we're going to talk about a subject about immigration. And Hindus and Arabs are paying the ultimate price for this one. Your visas, your A1, N1, some shit like that is called. You guys are going to have to pay every year from here on forward. Okay, it's no longer a one-time fee, and that's it, and you guys remain here in the United States until your job is completed, and then you either go back home or you decide to stay. Now you're going to be paying a yearly subscription to be here inside the United States. I told you this thing was coming. It's all about the money, how greedy the people in power are. The ones that literally rule and own your politician and the country. The rules, the stupid policies that they're making that are literally causing great conflict amongst the citizen in this country. I'm about to be 80 in December, so I got one leg in the grave, the other one, dancing around inside this country, or maybe outside this country. And I'm giving my people this final warning. It will cost you nothing today. It will cost you tomorrow. A little thing like this, a package of like this, those go-gurts of water will be $100 US. Watch. A little thing of go-gurt is going to be $100 US. Apple, 100. A stick of gum. It used to be 25 cents for 5 sticks of gums. It's going to be $55. A bag of potato chips, $30. And we're talking about fake food, right? Garbage potato chips, because they're not really potatoes. They're whatever ingredients slapped together to look like potato chips. But you guys are going to be paying, $15, $25 for a bag of potato chips. And I've been telling my family to prepare with MREs and stuff, and they see me stockpiling MREs, and now they're trying to buy MREs, and the MRE prices double its prices. And I've been getting prepared since the 90s, having food in different areas throughout the United States in case something happens and I get caught behind the lines. I don't trust my people. And I've said it very loud and very clearly. My trust in humanity here inside the United States is literally. So be prepared. That's all I'm saying. Be prepared for what's coming. This shit is about to hit the fan, and it's going to come in waves. Right now, this is wave 1, and you guys are beginning to wake up to the horror stories that are beginning to take place. Wave 2 is going to be a lot bigger. You're going to find out with wave 2, a lot of people are going to lose their job. And mind you, these are going to be people in suits. People that, you know, the supply chain of this country is literally gone. When the supply chain disappears, you guys are really going to find out. Well, I always tell my customers and people that listen to me, you better have $3,000 put aside in case you need to fix that car that you so-called invested in. I tell this even to myself. I got 3 cars, 2 of them got blown engines. Those blown engines yesterday, under $500. Today, over $1,500 for the same particular engine, used. But anyway, I'm just speaking about the auto side, which kind of blends in with the supply chain of the retail side. And you guys own a lot of these cars that come from other areas. You're going to be paying a hefty price when it comes time to repair these vehicles. So what I'm saying, you better be prepared for it. Anyway, this is Mike with Pacific Tech out here in Folsom, California. And again, today is 9/22/2025. So be prepared for a very, crazy holidays. October, November, December. I can only hope for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. And I hope everybody else is doing the same thing. Prepare yourself, because this is going to be a very wild roller coaster ride that the United States is going to go through as it's being silenced. Peace.